Welcome back to SpeakFlow English, the podcast where we help you learn English that sounds natural, confident, and authentic. I'm Anna.
And I'm Mark. Anna, I have to tell you about the most confusing conversation I had with my American friend last week.
Oh no, what happened?
So we were talking about studying for exams, and she said, well, it's time to hit the books. And I was so confused. I thought she wanted to physically hit her books.
Oh, Mark, that's hilarious. Did you figure out what she meant?
Eventually, she explained that hit the books is an idiom that means to start studying. But I felt so lost because I understood every word literally, but the actual meaning was completely different.
That's such a perfect example. And actually, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. English idioms, and how to understand and use them naturally to sound more natural and fluent in English.
Yes, because idioms are everywhere in English. Native speakers use them constantly in conversations, movies, songs, and even in professional settings. If you don't understand them, you're missing a huge part of the language.
Exactly. So today, we're going to teach you what idioms are, why they're important, and how to start using them confidently to sound more natural and fluent in English.
Perfect. But before we dive into this fascinating topic, let's take a moment to thank all of you amazing listeners out there. Whether you're studying, commuting, or just relaxing, thank you for being here.
Yes, and if you're new to SpeakFlow English, welcome. We create episodes every week to help you understand real, natural English, not just textbook stuff.
And we need your support. If you're enjoying this podcast, please hit that subscribe button right now. Subscribing to SpeakFlow English means you'll never miss an episode, and it helps us reach more English learners around the world.
Absolutely. And please like this episode, share it with friends who are learning English, and leave us a comment. Tell us what's the most confusing idiom you've heard. We want to hear your stories.
Every comment connects you with other learners and helps us understand what topics you need most.
Okay, Mark, are you ready to unlock the secret world of English idioms?
I'm so ready. Let's dive in.
So today's topic is all about English idioms, what they are, why they matter, and how to use them. Mark, let's start with the basics. What exactly is an idiom?
Great question. An idiom is a phrase or expression where the meaning is different from the literal meaning of the individual words. Like, hit the books doesn't mean to physically hit books. It figuratively means to study.
Exactly. And the tricky part is that you can't guess the meaning just by knowing the vocabulary. You have to learn idioms as complete expressions.
Right. So why are idioms so important for English learners?
Well, first, they're incredibly common. Native speakers use idioms all the time in casual conversations. So if you don't understand them, you'll miss a lot of meaning.
And second, using idioms naturally makes you sound more fluent and native-like. It shows you understand not just the words, but the culture and natural patterns of English.
Exactly. And here's the main idea of today's episode. Idioms might seem confusing at first, but once you understand how they work and learn the most common ones, they become powerful tools that make your English sound natural, expressive, and confident.
I love that because I think a lot of learners feel intimidated by idioms, but actually, you don't need to know thousands of them, just the most common ones.
Right. So let's start learning the essential idioms that will transform your English. Okay, so let's start with some of the most common English idioms. We'll explain what they mean figuratively and when to use them. Ready?
Ready. Let's start with idioms about difficulty and ease. First one, piece of cake.
If something is a piece of cake, it means it's very easy. For example, the test was a piece of cake. That means the test was super easy.
Next, break the bank. If something will break the bank, it means it's very expensive, too expensive.
For example, that designer handbag will break the bank. Or you can say it negatively. Dinner at that restaurant won't break the bank, means it's affordable.
Great examples. Next, cost an arm and a leg. This also means something is very expensive.
Right. That car cost an arm and a leg. Obviously, you didn't literally lose your arm and leg. It's figurative.
Now let's talk about idioms related to actions and decisions. First, the ball is in your court.
This idiom comes from tennis. It means it's your turn to take action or make a decision. For example, I've done everything I can. Now the ball is in your court.
Next, hit the nail on the head. This means to be exactly right about something.
For example, you hit the nail on the head when you said the problem was communication. That means you identified the problem perfectly.
Now let's do idioms about feelings and health. First, under the weather. We mentioned this in a previous episode.
Yes, if you're under the weather, you're feeling sick or unwell. I'm feeling under the weather today, so I'm staying home.
Next, on cloud 9. This means extremely happy.
When I got the job offer, I was on cloud 9. That means you were incredibly happy and excited.
And here's one, down in the dumps. This means feeling sad or depressed.
I've been down in the dumps lately because of the bad weather. It describes a temporary sad mood.
Now let's practice some of these together. Listeners, repeat after us.
That exam was a piece of cake.
These concert tickets cost an arm and a leg.
I'm feeling under the weather today.
She was on cloud 9 after the proposal.
Excellent. Now let's talk about idioms related to time and speed.
Good idea. First, in the nick of time. This means at the last possible moment, just before it's too late.
We arrived at the airport in the nick of time. Our flight was boarding. That means you almost missed it, but you made it.
Next, better late than never. This means it's better to do something late than to not do it at all.
I know I'm late to the party, but better late than never. It's often used apologetically when you're late.
And here's one, time flies. This means time passes very quickly.
Wow, we've been talking for 2 hours. Time flies when you're having fun. It expresses surprise at how quickly time passed.
Now let's talk about idioms with animals because English has tons of these.
Yes. First, let the cat out of the bag. This means to reveal a secret accidentally.
I wanted to surprise her, but John let the cat out of the bag. That means John accidentally told the secret.
Next, it's raining cats and dogs. This means it's raining very heavily.
Take an umbrella. It's raining cats and dogs out there. Obviously, cats and dogs aren't literally falling from the sky. It's figurative.
And here's one, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. This means to accomplish 2 things with 1 action.
I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'll exercise and listen to podcasts at the same time. Again, no birds are literally being killed.
Important note about that one. Some people now say feed 2 birds with 1 scone as a more compassionate alternative.
Good point. Now let's talk about understanding idioms in context. This is so important.
Right. You can often guess the meaning of an idiom from the situation or context it's used in. Let's practice.
Imagine someone says, I studied all night, but when I saw the exam, it was a piece of cake. What do you think piece of cake means?
From context, we know they studied hard and expected the exam to be difficult, so piece of cake probably means it was easy.
Exactly. Using context clues helps you understand new idioms even if you've never heard them before.
Now let's talk about common mistakes learners make with idioms.
Good idea. Mistake number 1, translating idioms literally from your native language. Idioms don't translate well.
Right. An idiom in your language might sound ridiculous in English. You have to learn the English versions.
Mistake number 2, using idioms in the wrong context. Some idioms are casual, some are formal, some are old-fashioned.
For example, cost an arm and a leg is very casual. Don't use it in a formal business presentation.
Mistake number 3, getting the wording slightly wrong. Idioms have specific wording, and if you change them, they don't work.
You can't say costs a leg and an arm or piece of a cake. The exact phrasing matters.
And mistake number 4, using too many idioms at once. It sounds unnatural and forced.
Right. Native speakers use idioms naturally, sprinkled into conversation, not one after another.
Great points. Now let's talk about mindset shifts for learning idioms.
Yes. Instead of thinking, idioms are too confusing and I'll never understand them, try saying, idioms are patterns I can learn one by one, just like vocabulary.
Love it. Or instead of there are too many idioms to memorize, say I'll focus on the most common ones first and build from there.
Perfect. And instead of, I'm afraid to use idioms because I might use them wrong, say, making mistakes is how I learn. I'll try using idioms and adjust based on feedback.
Yes, and instead of only native speakers can use idioms correctly, say many non-native speakers use idioms beautifully. I can too.
These mindset shifts remove fear and build confidence. Now, let's talk about the benefits of learning idioms.
Great idea. Benefit number 1, you understand movies, TV shows, and conversations better. Idioms are everywhere in entertainment.
Benefit number 2, you sound more natural and fluent. Using idioms appropriately shows advanced English skills.
Benefit number 3, you connect better with native speakers. Shared idioms create rapport and understanding.
And benefit number 4, you express yourself more colorfully and creatively. Idioms add personality to your English.
Yes, and here's the positive cycle. You learn a few idioms, which helps you understand conversations better. Better comprehension makes you more confident. So you start using idioms yourself, which makes your English sound more natural, and natural English motivates you to learn more.
Exactly. Now, let's give listeners some practical daily goals.
Perfect. Goal number 1, learn one new idiom every day this week. Write it down, understand its meaning, and create your own example sentence.
Goal number 2, watch a TV show or movie in English and notice when idioms are used. Try to guess their meanings from context.
Goal number 3, use one idiom in a real conversation this week. It could be with a language partner, a native speaker, or even in an online comment.
And goal number 4, create flashcards for the 10 idioms we taught today. Review them daily until they feel natural.
These goals are manageable and effective. Now let's share some power phrases for idiom confidence.
Yes, here's the first one. Idioms make my English more colorful and expressive. I'm excited to learn them.
Love it. Here's another. I don't need to know every idiom, just the common ones, and I'm learning those step by step.
Perfect. How about when I hear a new idiom, I use context to guess its meaning. I'm becoming better at this every day.
Yes, and here's one more. Using idioms is fun, not scary. Each one I learn makes my English richer.
Those are empowering. Now, let's talk about fun ways to learn idioms.
Great idea. Method 1, watch sitcoms in English. Shows like Friends or How I Met My Mother are full of idioms.
Method 2, read books or comics in English. Visual context in comics helps you understand idioms better.
Method 3, follow English meme accounts on social media. Memes often use idioms in funny, memorable ways.
Method 4, follow storytelling podcasts. Stories use idioms naturally, and the narrative context helps you understand them.
And method 5, play word games or idiom apps. They're apps specifically designed to teach idioms through games and quizzes.
These are all such fun methods. And listeners, remember, the best way to learn idioms is through exposure and practice. The more you encounter them, the more natural they become.
Exactly. And here's an important tip. When you learn a new idiom, don't just memorize the definition. Pay attention to when and how it's used.
Great advice. Also, keep an idiom journal. When you hear a new idiom, write it down with an example sentence and the context you heard it in.
Love that idea. And one more tip. Group idioms by theme, like money idioms, weather idioms, animal idioms. It makes them easier to remember.
Perfect strategy. Okay, everyone, we're coming to the end of today's episode. Mark, can you summarize the main points for our listeners?
Of course. So today we talked about what idioms are, phrases where the meaning is different from the literal words, why idioms matter, they're common, make you sound natural, and help you understand native speakers. Common idioms we taught, piece of cake, break the bank, cost an arm and a leg, the ball is in your court, hit the nail on the head, under the weather, on cloud nine, down in the dumps, in the nick of time, better late than never, time flies, let the cat out of the bag, raining cats and dogs, kill two birds with one stone. How to use context to understand new idioms, common mistakes, translating literally, wrong context, incorrect wording, overusing, mindset shifts from fear to competence about idioms, benefits, better comprehension, natural fluency, native connections, expressive language, the positive learning cycle, small daily practice goals, power phrases for idiom confidence, fun learning methods, sitcoms, books or comics, memes, podcasts, games, tips, focus on usage and context, keep an idiom journal, group by theme.
Perfect summary. And here's the most important message. Don't compare yourself to native speakers or feel overwhelmed by how many idioms exist. The only question that matters is, do I understand and use more idioms than I did last month?
Yes! Maybe last month you didn't know any idioms, and this month you learned 5. That's amazing progress. Celebrate it.
Exactly. And remember, you don't need to use idioms in every sentence. Even native speakers don't do that. Just learn them gradually and use them when they feel natural.
So true. And here's a fun challenge. This week, try to use at least one idiom from today's episode in a real conversation or message. Pick your favorite one and use it.
Great challenge. And then come back here and leave us a comment telling us which idiom you used and how it went. We want to celebrate your brave practice.
Yes, sharing your experience will inspire other learners too. Okay, before we go, we want to ask for your support. If this episode helped you understand idioms better, please subscribe to SpeakFlow English right now.
And please share this episode with friends who are learning English. Idioms confuse so many learners, and this episode could really help someone.
And leave us a comment. Tell us, what's your favorite idiom from today? Or what idiom have you heard that you didn't understand? We'd love to hear from you.
We'll be back next week with another episode full of practical tips and real English that you can actually use.
Until then, remember, idioms aren't obstacles. They're opportunities to make your English more colorful, natural, and expressive.
So go ahead, learn them, practice them, and have fun with them.
You've got this. Keep learning, stay positive, and most importantly, don't take idioms too literally.
Bye, everyone. Keep flowing with English.
Bye. Remember, learning idioms is a piece of cake when you take it one step at a time.